All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Coach Donnie Tyndall of the Chipola Indians. Donnie, how you doing?
I'm great, Brian. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
Looks like we're off to a good start. What's our record right now?
Well, we're 8-1. You know, we've lost one heartbreaking game. We were at Eastern Florida, who was undefeated and nationally ranked at the time. They got a very good team. We're up 4.5 seconds to go. Kid catches it, falls down, but he dribbled it as he was falling down, Brian, so it's not a travel. Gets up, takes about 2 dribbles, and from half court, nothing but net to beat us by 2. So that's been our one defeat on the year, but I think we've responded the right way.
And a couple of people have watched that shot on video, right?
Yeah, what I heard was that I heard the last viewing was 3.3 million people had watched that
So
play
we're
on
not
social
really
media.
looking to get views that way, but anyway, go take a look at it because it was a fantastic game up until then. Well, Coach, it looks like y'all are doing great. We're number 1 in the state poll, number 3 in the national poll, behind Salt Lake and Kilgore. You know where Kilgore is from?
Texas, yeah,
Texas.
Kilgore,
Okay.
Texas, yeah.
All right. Yeah. And then Hutch right behind us. So anybody else from, let's see, Indian River 7 and Northwest Florida State 9 in the top 10.
And if you look at that, Brian, it's amazing how strong our state is. There's Eastern Florida still in there, Santa Fe is in there, and Southwest Florida is in there. So there's 6 teams from our state that are ranked in the top 25 in the country.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That just gives you an idea how tough the conference, and then if we're lucky enough to make it to the state tournament, how tough that's going to be to get out of there.
Absolutely.
And then we're first in the state poll, which is fantastic. And let's see who we've got. Northwest is 3rd from our conference. Gulf Coast is tied for 8th with Polk, and then Tallahassee. So again, and then Pensacola, received votes. So pretty much everybody in the league,
typical panhandle, right? All 5 teams are right there in the top 10, and everyone knows Greg Heyer from his great success here at Chipola, and he's got a heck of a team over at Northwest. They're really, really good. And then Gulf Coast has had a couple quality wins as well as TCC and Pensacola. So it doesn't matter. I tell people this league is like the SEC of junior college. Every single night, you better lace them up and lace them up tight, or you're going to get your tail beat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Coach, I was looking at some stats on our leading player, Naquan Tomlin, and then you gave me a little bit of bad news. Tell us about Naquan.
Well, Naquan's off to a great start. He's a multi-dimensional player. He can do a lot of different things. He can score it. I'd love for him to rebound it a little more, but he is a very good rebounder. He blocks some shots. He gets to the foul line, and he's a really, really unselfish young man. He doesn't seek out extra shots. He's a guy that lets the game come to him, gets his teammates involved. Unfortunately, he rolled his ankle in the last game early in the first half. Only played 8 minutes total in that game, and it looks like he's going to be out a couple weeks with a minor ankle injury. So we got to get him back healthy because he's a big part of what our plans are.
On the stats sheet here, 13.8 points a game, 6.4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1.3 blocks. I mean, that's pretty serious stuff.
What they used to call he's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
He does a lot of different things.
Right.
So and the thing about him too, like, you don't really get to know our kids real well if you're not at the games or at our practices. And last year with COVID, not many people really got to see him play.
Yeah.
But he's a great kid, Brian. I used to say this about Kenneth Reed, who was an All-American for me at Morehead State and a first-round pick. Like, Kenneth was an amazing player, but he was an even better person. And that's Naquan Tomlin. He's a great, great player and got a bright future, but he's an amazing young man too.
That's great. And that adds such an important element to your team chemistry, I know.
Absolutely. Guys pull for each other. No one's worried about who gets the credit or who doesn't. We have a very unique group of guys that they're all bought in and they're all on the same page. They're on one mission, and that's to try to win a national championship. And we don't necessarily hide that. We don't talk about it a lot either. But that's the goal, and we know every single day we've got to improve to get to that goal. But guys are all on the same page. When your best player like Carlos Lemos and Naquan Tomlin have that mentality, then it kind of permeates or filters through the rest of your team.
Right, absolutely. Let's talk about Achor. He's averaging 8.7 points a game. He's got a little thing going on right now.
We're going to talk about anything
No,
good
we're
today.
going to talk about some good. I wanted to talk about our best players, but
Well, Chor was our starting five-man, our center. The first few games broke his hand. I believe it was in Game 3 in a freak play. So he's been out 2 weeks. He'll be out about another month. We hope to have him back by conference play. He's a guy that, a lot like Faison Fields, had made a great jump from year 1 to year 2 and was really playing well. But he's going to do everything he's supposed to do. He's a dedicated, tough-minded kid. And then we get Dante Walker back, who had a broken hand and was out 6 weeks, and he actually, his first game back will be on the 3rd. So it's good to have Dante back.
Fantastic. So segueing right into December 3rd, we've got the Chipola Classic coming up on Friday and Saturday, December 3rd and 4th. That's this weekend. And we're playing Georgia Highlands, who is always, in the conversation, fantastic team, and then South Georgia Tech, who always puts a good squad on the floor.
They do, and Georgia Highlands, we played earlier in the year, a week or so ago, probably played our best game of the year, but they have a very good team. They've had some quality wins. They were nationally ranked a couple weeks ago. They really get after you in the full court and press you, so it'll be an exciting, an exciting game for our fans if they come out to that game. Both teams are up-tempo type teams, so it'll be a fun game to watch. And then, as you said, South Georgia Tech, they're like 7-2 right now. They were nationally ranked a couple weeks ago. It just seems like every team we play is pretty rock solid, and those are 2 more examples.
Right. And then on December 8th, we've got Andrew College coming to town.
Yeah, a weekday game finally. You know, I think it's a Thursday night. Maybe it's a Tuesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Well,
Wednesday.
Oh, it is a Wednesday. Okay, so that's it's good to kind of have a little bit of a break up in between playing just weekend games. So another home court opportunity for us. We haven't been beat since I've been here at home.
That's awesome, man. That's huge. And then on December 10th and 11th, in the Panhandle Classic, Gadsden State and Jones College.
Yeah, again, another great home weekend as we're getting ready for Christmas here. Jones College has a very good team. I think they're 6-1 right now. They're in the top 20 in the country, and they're very well coached. I don't know a lot about Gadsden State yet, but we'll get familiar with them here pretty quickly. But again, I just encourage our fans. We've got a really nice team. We're ranked 3rd in the country, but on top of being a good team and good players, they're good kids, and hope that you'll come out and support them because there's 5 straight home games. It'll be a lot of fun over the next couple weeks.
That's awesome. And then you head on a little road trip, 17th at Enterprise State, then give the kids a couple weeks off and hope they don't eat too much turkey.
Not a couple weeks, 6 days.
6 days. Okay, 6 days is all they get for Christmas. And then come right back, have a couple little tune-up games at the end of the year, and then right into the Panhandle Conference.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly it goes. It really flies by, and you're right. We'll get 6 short days for Christmas break, come back. We go to Gulf Coast to play in their Classic against 2 quality opponents there, and then you're starting league play against a really good Tallahassee team on January 4th. So I don't think I'll be doing anything on New Year's Eve but watching game film with TCC, Brian.
And now, so is this the end of the conference, February 16th?
Yep, that's it.
Man,
yeah, so last year it was very unique. If you remember, the Panhandle's always been you play each team 3 times.
Right.
But last year, because of COVID and not have as many games, we played each other 4 times. But it's back to 3 times this year. Yep.
Okay, man, that is that's a tough schedule, but I know our guys are up to the challenge, and it looks like we're doing good. I hope we can get everybody healthy and back in the Milt. And man, that is a new development. I did not know that you were undefeated in the Milt. That is amazing.
Well, there's the home winning streak goes back even to when Coach Foley was here.
Right.
So I think it's at like 22 games now in a row at home at the Milt. So fans keep coming out. You're a huge advantage for our team and a disadvantage for the opponent. So come on out and watch us play over the next couple weeks.
Absolutely. All right, Donnie. Thanks, man.
Thank you, B.